Hey. Hello, people. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Hot.
So first of all, I want to excuse the heat and until it to go away. It's currently 100 degrees outside right now, and it's evening where we currently are. So between me, Amaya, Vildrain, and Oberon, we are sweltering. Our poor AC
Which
units.
doesn't make sense. I have heat resistance.
Yeah, it's raining fire outside, and it's going to continue to do so for the next week. So pray for our safety. We may die. And since we live in the Great Pacific Northwest, no one has an AC, so we all have portable AC units that are dying as they try to help us.
Yeah.
So I'm not too excited about the 111 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah. Me neither.
Jay, can I yell at you now because I always need you? Yep. So it's been a week since our last episode. The last time we left off, we had some crazy things happen. Amaya got a little extra hammered. Xanor escorted her back up to her room. Oberon and Vildrain decided to go off on their own and go to bed. And it's been a quiet couple of days with no real terrible interactions with, monsters or otherwise. Before we get into it, I do want to make a quick announcement. I have in the works a second game to be running in parallel to this one. It'll be during the weekdays, and we're looking at closer to August for an actual start date for this new stream. So I'll be running two different campaigns. I'll be running The Legend of Light, which is this one with this wonderful group of people, and then I will also be running a game called Exalted, with a very similar group of people, with some people staying the same and some people not playing. Jace, I'm sorry.
You don't know that.
But we'll have some very familiar faces as well as some other, new faces in this new campaign. It'll be during the weekday, so hopefully we're going to be working out a time in which everyone's able to join in for that one. So that might jump between weekdays. I'm not sure. We're still kind of sorting everything out. But once it's all sorted out and good to go, I'll make the announcement that we're going to be starting up, and I will be adding all the neat little stuff to Twitch and my Discord, which you can also join to get any kind of updates on upcoming things. Thank you. You beat me to it.
I'm fast.
So fast. Any kind of updates that we will be seeing for future games, upcoming events and stuff like that we may be hosting or having fun with. And of course, our lovely faces and that kind of a thing. Okay. Yes.
Oh, the stream just was loading for me, and I was like, but it's fine. I think it's just my computer. We're good. Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah. We are good.
Okay.
Heat isn't knocking me out, but
I'm just gonna rotate. Oh, yeah. Come here. Hi, friend. Hello. How are you?
my favorite thing is when someone from Arizona or Texas or southern states like Louisiana is like, and I'm like, it's hot when no one has fucking AC and all of our houses are at 90 degrees.
Yeah, I don't need the Balrog from Lord of the Rings to come down and just rain hellfire down upon my apartment every single day. I'd prefer not,
Yeah, we are
all the AC
dying.
I hear in the background. I'm gonna turn it down. Don't worry. It was It'll shut it down in just a minute. I'm doing my best to kind of maintain the lack.
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
Noise gate.
I have my noise gate on, or my suppression.
You guys should be fine. It's me that's gonna be the noisy boy, and I apologize for it. I did turn it down. I don't get super high, so I'll be good. You just might see me perspirate a little bit, and I might be a labor breath. If I pass out, it'll be fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Moist DM. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my
No
god.
one wants a moist TM. I'll just have to
Speak
talk
for
more.
yourself. Just kidding.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So, this music is way too happy. Let's
Oh, is it, Chris? It's too happy.
What are you talking about? Benjamin
You should
is
go immediately into
ecstatic.
This music's too happy.
the music is far too happy.
I'm not fearing for my life. You're
I'm not
your
fearing
life.
for my life. Yeah.
You're drowned. Just go to sleep.
I literally can't. There's a bitch in my room.
All right.
Sleep with the bitch.
Don't tempt me.
Try to seduce.
So,
Oh,
the elven
God.
woman sits in a single chair facing the door, staring across the room at you. Hands steepled before her, hood thrown back, and her long hair glinting almost silver in the moonlight that is streaking through the window behind her. Her sharp but beautiful features cut into a disappointing grimace. I told you, Amaya, not to come here. The coldness in her voice is befitting more of a drow than a moon elf. And she's got this very stern-looking, like hardened, set look on her face as she's looking at the both of you.
Am I still obliterated at this
Go
point?
ahead and give me a quick sobering roll on.
Okay. Because otherwise this is gonna go.
First roll of the night. Let's do it.
What should I roll for this?
Go ahead and give me
Oh.
a Constitution. Yeah, give me a solid Constitution roll for that one.
Oh my god, I got that one!
Well,
Mons, can we get
Oh,
an
this is
exclamation
great.
point 1 for the chat?
All right, Em. This entire conversation is wrong.
I'm
Amaya.
wasted. Okay, I'm not even perceiving her at this point. I
you
guess.
had so much to drink. You are being basically bodily carried up the stairs and into the room, and this
Oh no.
elven woman appears before you. You don't really recognize her because there's like 4 of her.
Okay.
And she just kind of speaks, and it's just, it sounds like it's being muffled by, water or.
I'm just
You-
gonna go. Oh, what?
And as you do that, you vomit out all over the floor.
Attractive scene for a man.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I immediately step into the room between Amaya and this stranger, stepping over the vomit. Like, I watch her vomit. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then
I'm
I
wiping
step
off.
over the vomit and in between Amaya and this person. And who are you? How the fuck did you get in here? And I, like, draw my sword out.
I'm reaching for my dagger really clumsily. You're seeing this? I'm like,
So
I got you.
she first of all reaches in her pocket, pulls out a key. It's the same key to your room, and drops it on the table in front of you. On the table in front of her. And she goes, I obviously used a key to get in. As for who I am, I'm sure you probably know some of what I am. My name is Liqui, and I am the representative of the Thieves Guild of Zide. I got you, bud. Don't worry.
Do you say leafy?
Liqui.
I was being drunk.
Oh no.
Leafy, what are you doing here?
Leafy, what are you doing here? Oh my lord. Okay. Where are your guys' notes?
in your Discord. They are under the world, and it's the Google Doc under the picture of the total world map.
I don't even know where I am. Where am I? What's going on here? How old am I? The world is a vampire. Munchkin gave us a raid. Excellent. Okay, let me go ahead and just spit out a fucking...
Did I get it right? Oh.
There you go. And then that's actually perfect. Yeah, the spelling is perfect. Oh my lord. All right, excellent. Yeah, she goes. My name is Liqui, and I am the representative of the Thieves Guild of Zide.
What are you doing here?
Well, isn't it obvious? I told Amaya not to come, and yet she's still here.
Leafy. That's all I got.
you just mutter Leafy and just chuckle in the fucking corner. Em, can you give me a quick
Another constitution.
just give me a charisma roll, a straight charisma roll.
Okay. 21.
For a moment, you see that her countenance, her steely countenance, just kind of fades for a second when you call her Leafy, and she looks over at you, and her eyes kind of the expression softens for a minute, and it's this look of did you just really call me Leafy?
Are we gonna be best friends now?
Is this the same woman that was in the other? This would have been the
absolutely,
same woman.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
It's the one that threw me to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I recognize that?
Yeah, I'll say you do.
Okay.
As throwing up, you did kind of
Sober up a little
sober
bit.
up a little bit. Go ahead and give me one extra con save to see if you sober up even more and kind of understand what's happening in this room.
9. Rolled a 9.
You start, vomiting is a very sobering experience, and then realizing that there's someone already in your room. Xanor is in between you and them, and it's a very tense kind of atmosphere.
Okay. In my sobering state, I just go, Xanor, that's the woman that I'm still drunk. That Leafy pushed me to the ground. Outside the tavern. That's the bitch. That's the woman.
That's the bitch.
I stalk forward to the table, put my sword on the table, rest my hands on the table, and start just staring directly into her face.
Okay, yeah.
What gives you the right to tell her where she can and can't go?
Go ahead and, are you trying to intimidate her or anything like that?
Oh yeah, let's intimidate.
Go ahead and give me that intimidation roll, bud.
Don't fail. It failed hard. 14.
14.
Too bad.
She has not moved even after you approach, put your sword threatening down, get all fucking up in her face, and she just kind of gives you this little, all right, kind of smirk on her face, and she looks up at you and goes, well, I of course have her best interests in mind, and that's when you see in full plain sight the same amulet that Amaya has around her neck, the crescent moon. It's mine.
I turn to Amaya.
Oh, she's a moon elf.
She goes, half moon elf.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With the commotion going on right now. In that room,
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Jace. Just, you are drunk. Give me a perception check. We're gonna go ahead and see if Vildren can hear what's going on in the next room.
Nope.
You are passed out. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I was the sober one this night.
You were the sober one tonight.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
The thing that you do notice, give me a strength roll.
Strength. Oh, fuck. Okay. 6.
So you do notice as you kind of help Vildren into his room from stumbling drunk, you hear something of like in the room next to you. You hear Xanor unsheath his blade, and you hear him stalk forward because he's got a plate armor that's gonna clink clink clink, and you hear talking in very serious voices, and you just out of the perception of your awareness from behind you, a large, tall, cloaked figure grabs you and throws you into the room with Vildren and slams the door shut behind you, and you hear something barricade the door and keep you guys in.
Can I go ahead and cast Infestation and have them travel underneath the crack in the door and like start attacking this dude so we can try to get out?
Regretfully, you do need line of sight to see who it is.
Okay.
I do approve
Try
of it,
waking me
though.
up.
Oh. Where is it? Let me hold on. Where is my wild shape. So can I turn into a forest bear so I can just plow right through this goddamn door?
You can turn into a forest bear, and you're just going to have to give me a strength roll when that happens. So what that's going to do is you're going to use your strength roll as a bear instead of your strength roll as a halfling.
Okay, let me
I find this unbearable.
I hate everything right now. I hate it.
I can barely contain myself.
Oh no, Chris. I can bear.
Okay, so I'm a cave bear, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, you are a cave bear.
Would I have heard the door getting barricaded down like the hallway or whatever?
I'm not gonna ask. I know I didn't.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
That's a 6.
You're far too focused on the current situation at hand. You have decided your important thing is behind you, and the danger is in front of you, and you've kind of just tunnel visioned your way into looking at and dealing with this.
In an attempt to sober up for more understanding of the situation,
Yep.
can I try and do I have anything that could sober me? Can I throw up again? Can I
Yeah, you can throw up again.
Words down
throw up?
throat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, what kind of a roll would you throw up? What?
Can I roll a puke?
Can you give me a puke roll, please? Let's see here. We're looking at
Sleight of hand, fingers down throat.
How fast can I get it down? Don't.
No.
Don't. Sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Constitution roll at advantage.
Okay. At advantage.
At advantage, so roll twice, take the highest.
Okay. Okay, 15. I think it was.
15?
Yeah. Or was it 14? I'm sorry.
15.
Can you see the
15.
rules?
Yeah,
Okay,
I got it.
thank you.
I have all the rolls pulled up. Perfect. Yeah. you kind of just you vomit a little bit more, and you do like the wipe your mouth thing because at this point in time you need to just sober up and
gross.
deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully it's in the same spot, so you vomited in the same spot, which never happens. And you see Liqui, still cool as a cucumber, just sitting here in front of Xanor.
And I'm just trying to clean up a little bit.
With all the commotion now, could I do another wake up?
To the door slamming shut and Oberon getting thrown in the room? Absolutely.
Let's see if he wakes up.
11.
The door is shut and Oberon has turned into a bear.
Yep. I just scream morphin time, and then all of a sudden, giant cave bear in the middle of your room.
It's morphin time!
Why are you a bear?
Morphin time! I just look behind me. There's shit going on, dude. We gotta figure this shit out.
You can't even speak. You can't even speak. You're speaking bear.
Okay. So you said a strength roll, right?
Yeah, using the bear stats. You
So
might
you
actually,
can
yeah, just use your. You can just roll a d20, and then add whatever the modifier is. Yeah.
Add +5.
Yeah, bears are terrifying.
7.
You hit that
no,
door
baby.
as a bear. You hit the door, and the door doesn't budge. You know that this door is not that well built. You know whatever has been put up behind it, or whoever is holding that door is extremely strong, and he's holding you guys back.
I turn back to Liqui and I say, "You say you have her best interests in mind here, but what danger presides here? Is it you, or is it something else?"
She goes, "Listen, I understand that you're here for whatever reasons, and I'm sure," and she kind of holds up the amulet, "this is one of them. But you need to leave the pilgrim towns. You need to get out of here. You need to not be here any longer than you need to be. Bad things have been happening lately, and for you to turn up at this time," and she's making eye contact with you, Amaya, it's very dangerous for you to be here. I could care less about your companions."
I look to Xanor and I go, "We're gonna have to have a talk." Hoping that this Liqui, I almost called Leafy again, doesn't spill my shit as she threatened earlier. And I just look back at her and go, "Can you be more specific? Because this is not."
Is it something that's happening to the moon elves? Is to
It's-
elves in general? Should I be worried as well? What? We had no intention of staying here for an extended period of time.
Listen, what I'm going to tell you is detrimental, and you have to keep this quiet. It affects everybody here. It affects every single pilgrim town, every single person in the pilgrim towns. It affects even the lands across the sea. What's happening here has been in the works for the past few months. Listen. She perks up and she looks over her shoulder out the window. She goes, "Listen," in a really hushed voice. That was my cat jumping up on my... She goes, "Listen, meet me here tomorrow night." And she hands you a piece of paper, piece of parchment, to Xanor. She's like, "This is one of the Thieves Guild hideouts within the city. Meet me here. I'll explain everything then. Until then, stay off the streets, stay away from the docks, and don't trust anyone."
At this moment, Vildren will bellow out at the top of his lungs, Xanor, Amaya! There's a bear! What is happening?
Do we hear this?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm still just going ape shit. So can I try it on this wall again?
Yeah,
This
go
fucking
ahead.
door?
Just go ahead. Just
Or no?
I look around and I'm like, look at Xanor and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Do you have other people with you? And I look at,
can I get an
Liqui?
exclamation mark 1 from the mods?
I got a 6.
Listen, there's a guy. He's got a bench pushed up against the door, like wedged underneath like the door handle, and he's holding it shut. He is a big dude, and eventually, you hear the clunk 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 of whatever's wedged the door is gone.
Vildren's gonna charge the bear, not knowing it's Oberon, to go with the bear through the door.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
I asked Liqui if there's anyone else with her.
She goes,
Like,
yes.
is there someone else with you?
And a 6'4" hooded figure steps through the door frame behind you, and he pulls down his hood. He's a very rugged looking individual, very short cut hair, like rugged cut hair. Looks like he's got steel gray eyes. Very, very handsome for a human, but also very ruggedly built. You can tell that underneath it he's wearing armor, and he's got a bow, across his shoulders.
And kind of step to the side, like a little bit taken off guard, just over to the wall.
And he looks over at Liqui and says, "We need to go." And she nods and stands and kind of straightens out her tunic and her leather armor, and she goes, "Listen, we just want what's best for Amaya. We just want what's best for the Pilgrim Towns. Meet us here tomorrow night, and we'll explain everything. Until then, don't go out, don't leave the city, don't go to the docks, just stay low."
We can do that. And I stand. I leave my sword on the table at this point. I stand and I follow her with my whole body. As she, walks out the room.
Xanor, Amaya, can you guys give me some quick insight checks? Also, the cutest thing in the world.
16. Oh my god!
Aria.
Aria.
18.
Nice.
18? Perfect. So you both, from what she sounds like, she's being very sincere. It sounds like she means well, in her own weird, aggressive way. and she's telling the truth.
I'm just gonna wait until these people are let them kind of go, because I'm gonna have a conversation here.
Okay.
So did me and Vildren go through the door or no? We never figured that out.
Oh yeah, go ahead and give me a strength roll.
23?
I can barely contain myself as the grisly mass goes through the door. And the door swings open as you guys run through it, and so you slam into the opposite wall. It looks like the very large gentleman who was blocking the doorway unlocked everything and opened the door as you guys came running through. You crash and crumple into a pile on the opposite side of the hallway.
Do I see where the people went or no? Or are they just gone? Disappeared?
Give me a perception roll at disadvantage because you're now in a tumble with.
Okay. 6.
I got the bear! We're eating good tonight!
Hot.
I'm getting
Well,
more
I got
concerned listening to this.
I got a nat 20 and I got a 6. So I'm guessing I did not see
Oh,
You get the 6. I'm sorry, bud. It goes from rolling 1s to rolling 20s. That's chance.
it. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, you end up, you're just in a tumble in a mass. You're still a bear, and Vildren's on top of you. Why is there a bear? You pay no heed to the two figures who basically just edge their way past you and run down, take off down the hall, and out the door.
Can I go and peek out my room, and I'm just gonna be like looking at them, kind of checking it out.
I got my arm around the bear's neck, and I'm trying to pull it back and trying to capture the bear.
What are you guys doing out here?
There's
What?
a bear!
Is that you, Oberon?
Oh.
I'm trying to get off me.
I'm like, Vildren, that's Oberon.
No, Oberon's a
And
short
I
man.
just like start shaking. So I'm
Thank-
just shaking and like turning back into myself because like I'm coming out. No.
I'm like, look
off me.
again.
How did you do that?
I can shapeshift into animals, remember?
As they've gone out the room, I'm gonna pick my sword back up off the table and put it back in my sheath.
Can you guys... What? Why are you out here?
Well, I woke up and there's a bear. And
Makes-
it turned into an Oberon.
Oberon? Why'd you turn into a bear?
Because I heard Xehanort unsheath his weapon, and then I got shoved into this room by someone and I couldn't get out. So I thought bear.
I'm gonna poke my head out of the doorway, and there was a spider.
There's
A spider.
Yeah, there's a spider, and Maya wanted me to get it.
Oh.
So if it was a spider in your room, who threw me in my room in Vildren's room now? This doesn't make sense.
It's a really big spider.
It was just like Sheila.
I was dealing with the spider. I didn't see anyone.
Are you sure you're okay, Oberon?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine. He didn't really hurt me at all. I'm just confused.
I'm just kind of stumbling a little bit and like trying to like adjust because I'm still a little drunk. Like, I gotta go to bed. And I just walk back into the room. I'm gonna just peek back out and be like, be careful with your fucking shape-shifting, Oberon. You're gonna get yourself hurt.
And I'm just like looking back at both of you, just like, what the fuck is happening? Just like half unconvinced about everything.
Can
Still
I,
haven't
like,
told me how you did that.
is there a way to,
Just
like,
own powers.
roll for persuasion to see if we can convince him?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
roll?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion rolls. On Oberon, give me an insight roll.
Oh, you're fucked, buddy. 25.
23, baby.
24 from me.
Holy titties.
Why not? Why not? -1 intelligence.
Wow.
Two. I am confused.
You
I
go.
don't know what's going on.
That must
We're
have been a
both
really
really
big
convincing.
spider. Vildren, that must have been a huge spider. But those rolls were hot damn, for sure. It was wild. So, Xehanort, Amaya, you are trustworthy, convincing enough. Oberon, you suspect something was amiss, but it probably wasn't a spider, but it was something.
I'd kind of just leave it alone at this point. I'm like, okay. But in the back of my mind,
Everything's
I'm still
okay.
thinking about it.
Everything is fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about
okay.
it. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Where?
I'm just gonna turn back into the room and like stumble onto the bed and just sit down and just kind of like, I'm spacing now because I'm kind of drunk and also like trying to comprehend what happened.
Yeah.
Zane, are you
I
you
end
back
up just
in the...
going back to my room.
I follow you into your room, and I kind of sit down on the bed next to you. And I say that I just switch over to speaking in Elvish at this point because, in my mind, clearly this is something that you're not wanting to talk about anyone else with. And so switch back into Elvish and say, seems that you don't want anyone else to know about this right now. It's the spreader. I thought that was pretty good.
I'm just gonna
seem to
chuckle.
be really convinced by that. So
You definitely can. I'm in Elvish too. I'm like, you definitely convinced Filtron.
good,
Sure.
good.
Overall, we'll deal with later. I think he's okay for now, though.
Do you want to? You said we needed to talk. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to sleep for a little bit first and then? Or...
I think I want to. Since am I still pretty obliterated at this point?
No, you've definitely sobered up a lot. Like
Okay.
you've come down from your drunken stupor after vomiting twice and then having this very serious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna like shake my head a little bit, and I'm gonna go. There are things that I have not told you over our 50 years of spending time in the Underdark, and that I feel like you might need to know now with everything going on. I think these people are members or possibly trying to protect me because I am not just a moon elf. I'm just a normal moon elf anyways. And I kind of like, I'm uncomfortable. You know, I'm like kind of fidgeting because I'm just like, I don't like this conversation very much. And I just look to Xehanort and I'm like, I chose not to tell anyone because of my own safety and with everything that happened with the elves leaving, and I am royalty within the Moon Elf faction, and there is likely a high price on my head with things being so in disarray. I just leave it at that for now, and I'm like staring.
No wonder I felt such a strong compulsion to follow you.
They're laughing at Jay in the chat. She's queen. I'm not. I look and I say I'm set to inherit the throne. So I guess that would make me a princess.
Well, it's any consolation. I also used to be royalty.
Sorry. And I look towards him and I go, "What do you mean? You used to? What do you
remember
mean?"
that castle you found me in?
Mm-hmm.
That belonged to my family.
I sort of just nod, kind of like upset that there's just so many secrets, and also like understanding why. And I'm like, why did you keep it from me?
Well, how my family came to not be there anymore is something that I cannot bear.
I just nod again and kind of look at the time, and I'm like, we can talk more about this in the morning. But she threatened to tell everyone of my secret. And with royalty being so high a price on the black market, and everything with the elves and us being so few and far between, I would rather keep this between us for now.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I just nod and I head back to my little station where I meditate. I guess the bed.
If it's all right with you, with everything that's been going on, I'd rather not leave you alone.
And I just gesture towards the other bed and like, by all means, I'm a little bit freaked out. Anyways.
Kind of bow my head a little bit in like a stunted and unpracticed bow.
I say,
and
don't
then-
do that.
Right. Keeping a low profile, got it.
I just like, I'm holding my pendant, and I just like sit down and like close my eyes and go into my little meditation slumber.
Awesome. After untangling yourselves, Zildren, Oberon, do you guys just head back to your rooms and enter the nappy times?
Not right away. Wildren goes out for a little walk and then find a rhododendron to take a shit.
Why is it specifically a rhododendron?
What did they ever do to you? Tell me. What did
like,
the
fuck this
rhododendron ever do to
rhododendron.
you?
They taste funny. I don't like them.
They're our state flower.
Our state flower.
I don't even know what to say. Okay. Awesome. So the night rolls on, and eventually day rolls around. And the sun begins coming up. You all awake to a new day. I did want to turn this off, but I have to turn it back on now because it's really fucking hot.
You're being baked.
No, literally at 350.
Yeah. 475. I turned into a cake. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm gonna wake up out of my little meditation slumber, and I'm gonna look at Xehanort, who I'm assuming is either awake or in his slumber, and knowing he'll be able to hear me, I'm just gonna be like, do you have any questions before we go and meet with Liqui?
I'm not gonna melt. I'll be fine.
You know, talking to you, Xehanort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you alone?
Why am I alone?
Well, if you were part of a royal family, surely you would have gone to the Feywilds.
I was supposed to, but I was on the road when all of this happened. Just trying to settle tensions, searching for other elves, and ended up getting lost. There was an incident.
What kind of incident? What do you mean?
Well, I was traveling with my mother at the time, and someone ended up attacking our caravan, and they killed everyone else in my party, and I happened to get away, and I just ran. And I couldn't find my way back to anyone, or my city, or it was my first time leaving the moon city where we all reside. So I don't know these lands.
What do we tell the others? Do we
I think
include
we
them?
wait until we figure out what's going on with Liqui.
I agree, that's best. You should absolutely keep a low profile here. Is there anything you need, anything that I can go get for you? I don't like the idea of leaving you alone at this point.
I'm gonna shake my head, knowing there's nothing much in the city because we already looked for disguise stuff and it was just makeup. It's like, no, we'll just have to wait until either dark or is there a time that Liqui wants to meet us?
They said that evening, so, well, tonight.
Then we'll
No.
just stay hidden until then.
All right. tell the others that you aren't feeling well, that they can feel free to go about and do whatever they need today. But
It'll be convincing since they got me absolutely trashed.
indeed, yes. All right, stay here. I'll be back. I go out to, I guess, I'm gonna go to Oberon's room first.
So Oberon, you wake up, a fine morning. Everything is well. No, you didn't have any kind of problems sleeping or anything like that. Strange occurrences last night, but now everything is. You're well rested and you're awake. And there's a knock at your door.
Come in.
Crack the door open and just poke my head in, and I say, I don't know what the fuck you gave Amaya last night, but she is not having a good day today.
Just start chuckling and like looking at you, and then I'm just like, it's just some wine. She'll be fine.
Well, seems that it didn't agree with her very well today, and she's planning on staying in her room. I was thinking of staying with her. Is there anything that you were thinking of doing out in the town today, or?
No, not anything in particular, but I mean, there's always trouble to get into.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you, I guess, 50 of Vildren's gold for you to use for whatever.
Vildren's gold.
Right. Yes.
Whatever druid things I wanted to go do.
Right. So, go ahead and take that and see if maybe there's some smelling salts you could find, something nice to just freshen up the room a little bit, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. I'm just looking at you with like a side eye. I'm like, get it.
I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, what? And I just like shake my head, walk out the room, and close the door behind me. I'm like, then I go over to Vildren's store, and
No answer.
It's plain and spicy.
I knock a little bit louder, like,
No answer.
so at that point I open the door and peek my head in, and I'm like, is there anyone here? Vildren, you okay?
Vildren left in the morning to kind of go explore the town.
Well, shit, that's easy. Fucking close the door.
Problem solved. No problems.
There's a pile of like 5 dead spiders on the table.
Yeah, we'll leave those spiders in there for him. Go over to Oberon's door real quick, and I'm like, knock on that door. I'm like, hey, Vildren's already gone. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. Last time I saw him, he was shitting on the rhododendron outside.
Fucking course he was.
That tracks.
Oh yeah. No idea where he's at.
All right, well,
I don't know. Maybe I'll go find him.
if you see him, feel free to let him know that we're just, recovering
Hanging out.
back at the back in the room. So,
Got it. I'll let him know.
Okay.
And I just kind
Vildren,
of gather up my little bag and I start going towards town.
where did you go early in the morning?
He left early. The one thing that couldn't get out of his head is the one shopkeeper that said he saw somebody of his kind. It may have been 15 years ago, but he's a little...
Yeah,
Hopeful.
absolutely.
that he may hopefully not be the only one. So he's going around asking.
Any particular place, or are you just asking every person you meet on the street?
He's just kind of going to shopkeepers, guards, just asking. It's kind of like that ignorance of like bliss or hopefulness, that longing to find another of his kind.
Absolutely. Give me a quick investigation roll.
$13.
It's not bad for having a -1. Yeah, so going around, you find a couple other shopkeepers that are like, yeah, we've seen another Dragonborn. It was a long, long time ago. And these are like well set in stone shops that seem to have been here forever. And the shop owners are definitely a little bit older. And yeah, they seem to have a vague memory of 15 years ago, a Dragonborn coming through the Pilgrim Towns. It's something that you don't really like. It's not something that anyone has ever seen before. And so when something as notable as a Dragonborn or an elf or someone who's not like a human-esque person comes through, people tend to notice. And people end up directing you like, oh, you should probably, if you have more questions, you should probably go over and check the library out, or anything like that. Yeah, anywhere that there would be a repository of information. And they say that the Dailery has a huge library.
You'll head there with much anticipation.
Oberon, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Dope. 16.
16. It's not difficult. Seeing a almost 8-foot tall giant dragon man walking down the middle of the street, as he towers over everything by a good 1.5 feet. It looks like he's picking his way to the southern part of town, towards a very large domed building.
So I pretty much just start chasing after Vildren, trying to catch up to him with my little stubby 2'11" legs, trying to catch up to this big 8-foot monster. Just screaming, Vildren, right up. Just like keep running and like waving.
Yeah, that squeaky voice of a very familiar halfling from behind you.
Yeah. Oberon, good morning.
Oh. Morning. I'm just really tired from running. It's too early to be running. Where are we going? What are you doing?
I'm going
Why
to the
weren't you here
library.
this morning. The what?
The library.
What was that? The library? The library? You're going to the library? Got it.
The big one over there, yes.
The book house.
Okay, let's go. What are we reading? What do we need?
I've been told that it holds information, possibly more of my kind that have come through here. It may have been quite a while ago in the past, but I'm hoping I can find something. Anything.
Okay, so we're looking for some records.
Yeah, awesome.
See
Yeah,
if
so
this
you guys
library has anything.
go in, and this is much larger than the library that you guys originally found in Hailing Cove. Like it's massive. It's like wall to wall books. And it's got like a second story with more books, and you see scholars running around, writing stuff down, organizing books. Taking stuff off of carts and putting them up. It's your stereotypical library, just on a much grander scale. It's got that musky parchment, like paper smell of like old books. It's a wonderful, nostalgic kind of smell. And they do have like a greeting desk, and there is an older woman kind of sitting there scribbling some stuff down. Looks like she's taking notes about books that have been either loaned out or recategorized or anything like that.
I'll approach the desk.
Yeah. So we start approaching the desk.
So she looks
Start
up.
talking
She
about
looks. Well, she looks up. She catches you first, Oberon, because you're short. And so she kind of peeks over at the desk at you, and then she does this. Oh, hello. How can I help you? And she's kind of like neck craned all the way up to try and look you in the face.
The merchants told me that there was possibly information on a dragonborn that came through here 15 years ago. Is that here?
She goes, well, I don't know if we have anything particular like that, but if you follow me, and she gets up, and she kind of straightens out her robes, I can take you to a section on what we have for Dragonborn and dragons.
Is there anything that's more on the sighting of him or her?
I wouldn't know.
Do you have anything?
A lot of books.
Do you have something that's like a town, like a census or some kind of like town records of people that have lived here or anything like that?
I mean, if you're looking for like travel records, I can see what I can scrounge up.
Yeah. You can see if there's anything in there about a Dragonborn coming in about, what did you say, 15 years ago? 10 years ago?
15 years?
That he was coming through?
Okay, now that definitely narrows it down. So she gets up and she starts walking over to, it looks like a public documents section where they've got like a bunch of ledgers and heavily bound books with a bunch of different leaflets and writing. Everything from, old merchant ledgers to the inns and their old logbooks of people that have signed in and out, stuff like that. And eventually she kind of goes to a section. She looks like it's been measured by like a year since town has been like here established. She goes back about like 15 years and shuffling through large bound books and things like that. And eventually she goes and finds something. It takes her about 2 hours of looking. I mean, at this point, I'm sure you guys are getting pretty antsy waiting around for several hours while this happens. And she seems very stoic and quiet and very diligent in her work. And eventually she pulls out a dark leather bound book, very thick bound, lots of pages in it. And she eventually finds it's from one of the inns from a long time ago. Oops, not that. I don't want that. It looks like it was an inn owned by a man named Matty. It was like a mom and pop kind of inn. Matty and Ketty were the inn owners at the time, and it looks like it was gifted to their son Medi sometime a couple years ago. But they have a ledger where it's a Dragonborn was logged in as a visitor.
Yeah, big old smile will go across Viljan's face. I know that guy!
Oh no. You know him?
Yes, it's where we're staying. Thank you, old lady.
Oh, that's true.
and just in a bit of excitement, he's going to turn, pick up Oberon, and run back to the tavern.
Awesome. Zaner, Amaya, what are you guys have been up to for the past couple hours, early into the morning, leading to the afternoon? I know you've been kind of confined to your room, not really venturing out. Are you just resting and entertaining yourself with whatever?
Yeah, mostly. We're having like small conversation, I suppose, but I'm gonna look over at Zaynor in the middle of all of our shit and be like, so you said something terrible happened to your family, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you gonna tell me about that? Considering we're both royally orphaned at this point.
I don't think I can yet.
I'm just gonna...
This isn't have anything to do with you. I just can't. I don't know how to even where to begin.
I'm gonna nod and kind of go back to... I'm gonna just say I'm reading a book. And it's kind of like, okay. And flip through the pages again. And waiting until we can go and meet up with Liqui.
I'm sitting there just having this really intense internal struggle of how would I talk to her about all of this pain and grief of losing my own family and the circumstances in which it happened, and not knowing how to begin, where to begin, how she would see me after I shared with her what was happening, what had happened. And so I just am kind of sitting there meditating for a bit, and then eventually go in and go back to the small whittling, pulling the silver dagger that I have out. And,
Maya, can you go ahead and give me a quick perception roll?
Perception?
Yeah, perception roll.
15.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
What? There's another one. Give me a perception roll. Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Can I hate that I don't know what that was in reference to, and I can't do anything about it. Like,
Yeah, don't you love it?
no, it's driving me nuts.
I love to see it. I'm just gonna let it bother you now.
No.
Yeah,
He does that.
it's good times.
Everything in me hates this.
Excellent. Well, eventually, Vildren, Oberon, you guys make it back to the inn.
Betty? Or was it Freddy?
It's Betty. How are you doing today? Yes.
There was a book in the library. It said that your family saw one of my kind years ago.
Oh, let me see if I can remember that. I was very young at the time. Well, my parents might remember it. They live in the very northern part of the town. If you want to go up there and check it out, you can.
Where?
Okay. Where? How do we get there?
He gives you directions through the town to the humble abode of Maddie and Ketty.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I will hug the little man and then pick Oberon up again and start running that direction.
Jeez, why do you always have to pick me up?
Because you're
underneath his arm and
slow.
I'm running away.
I go in a full
that's
sprint.
Can I roll for perception again? My brain is hurting.
No, you see here.
No!
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Not my least favorite sentence in the world.
It's gonna
Being
be
spoken,
all
but
right.
it's fine. Yeah. It's cool.
In the words of Bob Marley, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing, it's gonna be all right.
Everyone
so,
just strangle Chris more than this moment. But continue.
I'm gonna try our friendship. Don't worry. It's gonna reach the tentative bond of like, is she hate me enough for this that we're not friends anymore?
Oh my god.
Jason and I are still friends. I've done terrible things to him.
I've done terrible things to you.
Testing our friendship limits.
Don't worry, it's fine. So Vildren, Oberon, you guys get directions up to the northern part of town. You guys immediately just about face and just book it.
Yep.
Awesome. It takes you about an hour. It takes you about an hour to pick your way through town and find to where this humble boat is. It's a very quaint little house, little 2-story house. It's been well paid for by a series of inns that have been owned by the family for a very long time. And you go up there and knock on the door. Or...
Yep.
So you knock on the door. And a very small, slightly plump woman opens the door, and she's got a very nice smile on her face. She goes, "Oh, hello, how are you doing? You are very large."
Hello, Medi.
Oh, no. My name is Ketty. Matty is my husband.
Okay. Your son sent me. He said that you might remember one of my kind years ago.
She thinks about it for a minute. She turns around and shouts back in the house, "Hey, Matty, do you remember a big dragon lad that came in about 15 years ago?" "No, I don't remember a thing." "Well, surely you got to remember something." Give me a minute. You can hear in the back a door open and an older gentleman coming out. He's got like a cane. You can definitely tell if you were to merge these two people together, you'd get the 4 siblings. He looks you up and
I
down.
see now.
"Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Big strapping lad. He went up north. It's the last I saw of him. Stayed in our inn for about 4 days."
Do you remember his name?
Yeah, let me grab the name really quick. I think I know where I put that. And he runs back into the house. You can hear things moving. Eventually you hear what sounds like a bookshelf falling over, and expletives just erupt from the back of the house. And he comes in. He doesn't have his cane anymore. And you can kind of look past him. It looks like the cane has been snapped in half, and it's like in pieces on the floor behind him. But he comes back with a ledger. He's got kind of a limp now. He goes, "Oh yes." He goes around. Let's see here. Big dragon man. Oh yeah, his name is Ariza.
Does that name sound familiar to me?
Give me a quick intelligence roll.
Great.
Either knowledge history or knowledge religion.
I get a plus to history. 16?
Somewhere in the back of your mind, you remember that name, but it's like you can't put your finger on it, You know that feeling when you have like the word, but you can't. You know what it is. You know the definition of the fucking word, but you can't just like say it. You know? Yeah. That's where you're at right now.
Fuck.
What time is it?
Thank you for your time.
Adventure time.
Hey.
It's been quite a few hours.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a couple hours. Sun is starting to get even lower, and it's crossed midday now. You can start to see it as it's starting to dip across, and it's heading off towards the mountains as it begins to set in the west.
So as we're leaving the house, I just look at Vildren and I'm like, it's getting late. We should probably go back to the room and see what we're doing for food.
Sun's getting real low there, big guy.
No, we're probably hungry.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Awesome. You guys begin your trek back. It takes you about an hour to get back. Zaynor, Amaya, are you still just in the middle of your awkward, like, room?
It's like opposite ends, like.
Depends on what time it is.
Evening is starting to roll around. Zaynor, what are you carving out with your dagger?
Another dagger. Fucking metal. I didn't think that far ahead on this one, to be honest with you.
That's the most metal thing I've heard all night. What are you making with a dagger? Another dagger.
A dagger.
Oh,
Before we leave the room.
dark edgelord. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna pretend dark edgelord here real quick. Oh yeah, man. I'm just making a dagger with another dagger over here. Oh.
Can I roll for perception, I guess?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, it's fine.
Get a 1. Get a 1.
I got an 8.
Yeah, you did.
I wanna die. Cool. I'm just gonna ignore.
Not yet.
I slide. I finish my whittling for the day, and I slide the dagger back in under my armor.
Which one?
I slide the metal dagger back in, under my armor.
It's like, that's a nice wooden dagger you got there.
Oh, you like it? You want to test the balance on it?
No.
Shit, this gives me something to do.
Yeah.
Or do you think we're ready to go try and find Liqui?
Absolutely. It says like later on in the evening. So yeah, evening rolls around. You hear the inn door burst open once again. It's happened twice today now, and the big dum 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 of your largest friend heading up the stairs.
I'll go up to the door and just start rattling on it hard.
I'm just in the background. Vildren, stop!
I was very awkwardly about to open the door. So like the second he starts knocking on it, I open it.
Punch Zaynor in the face.
Punch him in the face.
Roll the hit.
All right.
I don't know if I can ask
15.
for
15. No.
Does not hit.
Your reaction speed was like this as you lean back to the hit, like you full matrix dodge it. It's great.
Dear God, where were you this morning?
I was out hunting for answers, not people.
I was hoping it wasn't people. I'm glad that it wasn't. Did you find any?
I did, actually. I found
People
the
or
name of the
answers?
Dragonborn that was last year.
Very nice. Amaya is
I'm
Well,
hungry now.
Oberon may have mentioned to you that she wasn't feeling well earlier today, so her and I were going to go and grab some food really quick.
Well, then we will go with
Well,
you.
it's perfect.
Oh,
We haven't eaten yet either.
Yeah, you guys basically just ran from point to point to point all day. You guys have been holed up in your room. The of your stomachs kind of resonates all at the same time. You haven't eaten breakfast or lunch or dinner.
I turned to Maya and I kind of like wrap my knuckles on the door, just like, fuck. All right.
Second breakfast.
There's a really good.
And if you're not feeling well, Amaya, I can carry you.
Oh, that's quite all right. I think.
He's been carrying me all
I think
day.
I was gonna send Xanor out to go grab food to bring back.
That's right. Yes, she had mentioned that.
Why are
Oh,
you two
okay.
being so weird?
So,
We're not being. What are you talking about, Voltron? We're not being weird. I just don't feel very well.
Okay, I need some
Ayo.
persuasion rolls from Zane. Okay, so one of you guys can roll.
Oh,
Who?
So
misclicked.
Xanor or Amaya can roll with advantage on persuasion.
I have a +6 on persuasion.
And then
yeah.
Oberon
I got a
and
+5.
and Vildren can roll at either or can roll at advantage with insight.
You said with advantage, right?
Yep.
Thank fuck. 23.
17. Or no,
Natural 20?
22.
But does that beat?
Does that beat a 23? A dirty 23.
So here's the thing about skill checks. I'm gonna be honest with the whole world about this. Just because you roll a natural 20 on a skill check does not mean that the skill check is going to be automatically successful. There are difficulty tiers for a reason. However, I will say that Amaya's persuasion of 23, which she does is a very persuasive person, that does supersede a natural 20. The rule of crit and fail usually comes into play with combat, whereas like a natural 20 will always be a hit and a natural 1 will always be a miss. When it comes to skill checks or saving throws, or most for skill checks, and that's when it comes to like succeed, fail, that kind of a thing, based off of your role and your ability modifier.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I definitely rolled a nat 1 originally, and I was like, "This is gonna go bad." But thank God.
So I'm gonna say with that insight check from both Oberon and from Vildren, there's something going on there's something strange in the neighborhood. What's going on with either Xanor or Amaya? It all seems centered around Amaya, but it doesn't seem bad, and it seems like whatever's going on between the two of them or with herself, she's keeping it to herself for whatever reason she can. You can inquire her about it, but whatever she says, you kind of have to take at face value.
I
I
kind of
will
just look at
trust
them
you, Amaya.
and like, I just look at her and I'm like, okay. And I'm like still like side eyeing. I'm like, I'm watching. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but there's something happening.
I just I shake my head and like, I just don't feel that great today. But I'm hoping by tomorrow that things will be better. You guys are very persuasive with the wine drinking.
Then have a good
Hey,
night.
little wine never hurt anyone.
Let's go, Oberon. Let's find something to eat. We'll leave these two to their food.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you guys have a couple options. You can go down to the inn. Actually has like a sidebar where they have food and stuff, or you could end up heading over to an actual restaurant or a tavern, whatever suits your fancy. Here's a question for
Let's just go
Xanor
downstairs.
and Amaya. Are you guys going to go alone to meet with the Thieves Guild, or are you going to be bringing Oberon and Vildren?
think the plan was to go alone.
Rather
Or
dipping us with the whole food thing.
Uh-oh.
is that not something we should be doing?
No, I mean, uh-oh, as in, like,
Food the cat.
uh-oh. You can choose to do whatever you wish. You can take them or not. You also you haven't shared any information about what happened the night before with them, and you can keep that to yourself, or you can just move along with it. It's up to you at this point.
In Maya's brain, I think she wanted to know what was happening with Liqui before she told her new companions, because she just told her companion of 50 years about everything that was going on.
Totally fair. Yep, absolutely.
So we're gonna head out solo together style. With Xehanort and Amaya.
So, Vildren, do you want to just go downstairs and go to the tavern of a place? And this is like as we're like walking downstairs, away from Amaya and Finn.
I'll let you choose tonight.
We've been running around all day. Let's just stay here and just hang out. And just go down to the tavern downstairs and take a seat.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys go down, order food. Food comes out shortly. It's very good. They have even vegetarian options for you. Oberon, pescatarian options. Fish. You eat fish, right?
Yeah.
Vildren, they have all kind of meats for you. Everything from fish to pork and chicken. Anything that your heart desires, they seem to have the ability to get for you. And as you guys are eating, Xehanort, Amaya, the sun is starting to dip real low and starting to sneak its way past the mountain range, giving kind of a twilight feel to the city itself. This would be a very apt time for an evening jaunt to the said meeting spot.
Head over there.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Sure.
Xehanort.
Is the front door of the place in view of the tavern?
Yeah, actually, it's not like hidden or anything like that. You guys are more than welcome to like try and
See them leaving together?
I attempt to stealthily get out.
Yeah.
absolutely. Both of you give me some stealth rolls. Oberon, Vildren, can you go ahead and give me some perception rolls?
Dick, motherfucking piece of shit. 13.
Natural 20 again?
Oh my god!
14.
Oh
17.
22 total.
Do I get to roll with advantage being a rogue or no? Or is it just my modifier?
Listen, Linda, you get a +8 to it. that's like double what everyone
I'm gonna
else
be
gets to it.
Fucking scratching for whatever I can get. So.
I don't particularly see them. I smell them leave.
You smell them leave because you're too busy engorged in your food. Yeah, you clock them as they leave, leaving out the front door.
I thought they said that they were going to eat in tonight.
I just look at Vildren and I'm like, I knew there was something going on. And then we quickly get up, but then I want to follow them, but not let them know that we know they're that they're leaving.
With that being said, I need both of you, if you're going to tail them, give me some stealth checks, and then vice versa. Xehanort and Amaya, can you give me some perception rolls? Jesus.
17.
Oh, my
8.
Lord.
9.
14.
So as you guys are moving along, there's a rather large rhododendron bush following you.
And it really stinks. So.
No, so what I'm going to do is because of the rolls, with a combined total between the two, Oberon and Vildren, you guys manage to stay relatively stealthy, and you're managing to tail them through town without being too conspicuous, amazingly for a giant lizard man. And you have Oberon, you've disguised him as like a tree, so he'll walk forward, then freeze. And the people in town are just sitting there watching you, like they'll be walking along, and you'll like walk up, and you just, and then some dude will just be like, "Are you okay?"
Have a good day, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's fine. I just turned him into a tree.
And you guys continue on. And you guys continue on. Xanor, Amaya, you follow the directions throughout town, and that takes you to a northern part of town, where the Thieves Guild hideout is. You knock on the door, and the very broad-shouldered, large man opens the door, and he gestures for you to come inside. Oberon, Vildren, you eventually see them come up to this place, and they come in.
What are they doing here?
I'm not sure, but they were in that building. We need to see what's happening in there. At this point, can I turn into a field mouse?
Yeah.
And
Chris is all excited about it. Yeah, turn into a field mouse.
That right there, that brilliant thinking. You know, druids are not just I turn into bear and attack things, or I cause plants. No, druids are clever. I like that. And Matt, that's
It's a
brilliant.
Hufflepuff.
Good job. You're a Hufflepuff.
What are the
He's a-
buildings like around this one?
Most of these are just
Okay, how
ramshackle
did this
housing.
come out?
A lot of these all look like they're residential buildings, like, you know, people live here. But the building that they went into, it seems a little bit older and a little bit more ramshackle. Go ahead and give me a investigation roll.
One.
It's amazing.
Is that a nat one?
No, it is not.
No, it's
That's the sad
it was a
part.
2 minus 1.
Oh.
You can't differentiate the building that you're looking at from the buildings around. They all look like residential buildings or like ramshackle homes. Oberon, what are you doing at this point? You turned into a field mouse?
So yeah, at this point I've turned into a field mouse. Sorry, I was looking up. No, well technically I'm a rat. There's no field mouse in
You can say it's a field
so I'm a
mouse. It's the
rat.
same. It's fine.
it.
It's cute. I don't know.
It's cuter than a rat.
So and right now I have darkness vision with up to 30 feet, just so everyone knows, so I can see in the dark as well. So I pretty much just kind of crawl and like go to the building, and I'm trying to find a place in the door to like slip through, and I'm having a hard time finding something. So I need to find a way into the building.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a
So-
go ahead and give me an investigation roll. It's really hard to find like an easy way in. It looks like they rat-proofed this house. It's impressive how well they rat-proofed this house. In fact, you like run into like you skirt around the outside, and you run around back alley, and there's like a cat there, and the cat turns and looks at you. It hisses at you, and you take off and run the opposite direction. And you run back to Vildren. But it seems like that they've decked this out so that no rats can get in. It seems like whatever is inside is very important. Xanor, Amaya, you are led in by this man as he leads you through a few winding hallways. It seems to go down. It doesn't seem to go into the building itself. It seems to go down underneath the building into a lower part of the city. And you can hear the dripping of water and the smell, the musky smell of sewage starts wafting through the walls. It's not a pleasant smell, but there are torches lit down here that seem to kind of mask the majority of it. But eventually he leads you to an iron-bound door, and he unlocks the door and opens it and gestures for you to go in. Inside is a very comfortable-looking round room. The smelly smell. That smells like
It smells smelly.
anchovies. It's a very round room, very posh living conditions in here. Everything's lit by there's like a hearth on one side, and it looks like this is directly beneath like the main house from above. You can see that the hearth just kind of has a sloop. A sloop. Is it sloop? No. What's it called? A flue.
The flu?
Thank you. It goes all the way up. It's one of those weird words. American, right? There's torches all around, candles. It's very well lit, and in this, you in the middle of the room is a very large table, and around it is Liqui and a couple other people. And as soon as you guys come in, Liqui kind of gestures for them to leave, and they go off to their own sides of the room. It looks like they're having a small conversation. They're all cloaked figures. Most of them are wearing like, it looks like a black fabric mask. Like you can't like see what their face is. But they're all wearing the same kind of leather, dark leather armor, long flowing cloaks, hoods, this black featureless mask. Most of them are, they've got like boots on. You can see that they've got very well crafted gloves, and the telltale signs of weapons all on them: daggers, knives, swords, that kind of a thing. And this man kind of leads you over to where she's at. And she looks up at you and says, "Oh, thank you. You've made it. Sorry about that. I had some stuff to cover." And you look down at the table and you can see a map of the city. But not just a map of the city. You see certain places that are highlighted and circled with ink, written down instructions all across the map, and then a separate, smaller maps of like the docks, buildings of that have been built on the docks, and like blueprints of those buildings. And it does different things like that. You even see like there's the Keep of Dalery. You can see that they have a blueprint of that just kind of shoved underneath a bunch of other like maps and notes and ledgers and stuff like that. It seems pretty elaborate. Like they have a lot of vast knowledge of how the infrastructure has been made. And she goes, "Yes, please." And she walks over and grabs 2 chairs and kind of drags them back and sets them down for you, and pulls one up herself. And the big man kind of uncomes his head and kind of sits down in a chair. He kind of just sits down like this and stares. She goes, "Well, I'm very glad you decided to come over and meet with us. I'm Liqui, as I'm sure you are already aware, and this is my companion, Carrick. And Carrick is actually with the Rangers of Ariza, a very benevolent group that looks at making sure that the trails and the roads all across the Pilgrim Towns are safe and free, and any dangers that come down from the mountains are dealt with, that kind of a thing. He's been very helpful with on innumerable amount of occasions where we've had to deal with danger or monsters, or even what we're dealing with now. Now, I'm sure you're very confused about what's been going on, so let me go ahead and give you the short version. Several months ago, yeah.
It's 9:30, just so you know.
Oh, it is 9:30. Oh no, I was getting into it.
I know, that's what I was like. Could be a good spot for a break.
Yeah, that's actually a good call. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris, you're big dumb. We need a break. Okay.
No, I don't even need a break.
To
I'm
go
just
pee,
like...
but I also didn't want to say anything. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a quick break. I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back. Once we come back and everyone's here, we'll go ahead and get back into it. Sorry for the sudden break. I just wasn't thinking about it.
Oh, perfect stuff. Cliffhanger.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So as Liqui, they're all sitting around a table, and Liqui's about to get into the actual story of what has been going on in the Pilgrim Towns for the past couple months. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick step away. When I come back, I'm going to go ahead and start reading off some of these wonderful messages y'all have been leaving.
Ew.
I'll be right back.
I will also be right back.
Time to go grab more snacks.
I guess it's... Are you going to?
No, I'm good. I'm just chilling.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Great to be here with you.
I can't stop doing this wave. Someone chop my hand off, please.
Apparently, in the Discord, Chris's Discord, it gives a notification. Because I think it's set to like the default notifications setting is like all messages.
Mm.
And so as I was typing in my secret DM stuff channel, it was popping up with the notification of
No.
what I was saying.
Oh no! Are you deleting it?
I mean, no one. If anyone looks at the channel, they can't see what was said, but they would have seen the notification, and then in that way could have seen what was being said.
Gotcha,
But
Yeah, that's
So-
why I messaged you.
yeah.
Thank God I didn't get those notifications.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Jace knows a little bit of
Hi,
what
Jace.
your role was for.
Hi,
but-
Lava.
Oh, I didn't read what it
Oh.
was. I just saw it popped up, and when I saw it was your channel, I immediately looked away.
Hi,
Pat saw it.
Evie.
Mhm.
Hi, Patrick. Hi,
I just
Kingsley.
saw it
I
popping
love
up
you all so
on my...
much.
I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to have access to
Hi,
that.
wifey. Pointing finger with a dagger. A dagger.
Yeah, I
That was-
honestly did not expect that question, so I hadn't.
You didn't
put the
expect that
thought
question
into
from
it.
Chris?
I should have known better, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But-
All right. Whew, I have returned triumphant in my endeavors to do the P. Kingsley heading to work, check back, and cracking up. Let's see here. Peace Girl raises eyebrow. Ah, yes, we love the recovering. Just joking. Let's see
So
here.
confused.
Nate, I have a joke for you all when you get a chance to read it. Here's the joke. I just found out I'm colorblind. It came completely out of the purple. Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
I didn't laugh when I
Peace
read
Girl.
it the first time. I'm not fucking laughing now.
Beast Girl, Emo Snow returns with a vengeance. Overlord, Snow is going to do
It
this
is a
makeup
donut.
with his maid outfit.
I can neither confirm nor deny the possibility of that.
That's a
Here, I'll be
possibility.
right back. Go find my cat.
Go. Yep, yep. My hair is everywhere. Okay. Peace Girl, the dagger scene gives me. What do you have? A knife? No vibes. Munchkin, sun's getting real low, big guy. Yep. Nate, can I just say how amazing the four of you are? Even in the heat, you are out here making amazing content. I'm doing my best, man. It's real sticky. Like I'm just my hands. If I hold them too close together like this, they won't come apart. It's like everything is just sticky and uncomfortable. I don't like it. Washington isn't supposed to get hot.
No, it's
Okay.
supposed to be May.
Yeah, we're supposed to be
It's
like.
supposed to be raining.
I want my gray back. I want the rain. I want to just chill and be cool. Can I have like a summer thunderstorm, please? Nate, For Snow, Zaynor, Zaynor Moore, Matt, Oberon is the shelf in the kitchen. Jace, Vildren,
I don't
the sink.
understand this message.
Later, when I'm off. Amaya can be a little late for the meeting. Not the greatest though.
I don't.
Oh
get it.
yeah. Zaynor Moore. Over on the shelf in the kitchen. It's like over on the shelf in the kitchen.
Oh,
I will drain the sink.
I'm gonna be a little late
I will
to
drain the
meeting.
sink later when I'm off.
Got it.
Amaya, I might be a little late to the meeting. Is that a donut? Jace, was that a donut? Were you eating a donut in front of these people?
I was eating a donut. Now I'm gonna eat these.
How
I want a
dare?
donut and chips.
How dare?
Damn it.
It cries in East Coast heat.
Yeah, it'd be great though if any of us had central air. I'd be totally fine.
Yeah, must be nice to have
Oh,
central
yeah,
AC in
100%.
most of the places that like across the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
No, Washington just said, fuck that, we don't need it. We thrive at 45 degrees.
We thrive.
A fan.
I thrive at 35.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, same.
Listen,
I'm like in shorts and a tank top in the snow.
I
Uh-huh.
love the snow.
I just want it to be October, and I just wanted the nice, cool, crisp day with all the sun. That's like my ideal day. It's like
Central
45
air is
and
amazing.
sunny.
AC's at 70 right now. Mine's at
That
69.
would be great.
Mine's at 64. It's really trying.
60.
Yeah, is that where, however low it will go, that's where mine's at.
The rest of my house is sitting at a solid 90 degrees, chat. Besides this room.
Yeah, I want you to know that it's
Oh.
nighttime right now, and it's currently 88 degrees.
The
88
sun's not
right
even
now.
out.
There's no sun. It's
Yeah,
88
we're
right
not-
now.
I was just out. I
Go
was just
outside
outside,
door.
and it just looks like fire.
Probably
Outside
a few
the
hours
door
from now.
and the other side of the house is
I'll-
92. Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, my house is like 94 right now, except for in this little tiny room.
Washington is not
Stop.
prepped.
Yeah, we're creatures of cold.
But no, it's
Like,
There's
if the
gotta be
world
some-
ever
like,
gets
there's some
conquered by
kind of
frost
fog
giants,
out
we're
there.
fine. It could be cold.
But here's the worst part about it, Munchkin.
Well,
We're
we
not
chill.
used to it going outside, and it's in our houses. 'Cause none of us have central AC. So all you Texas and Virginia and whatever people can talk to me when you don't have central air conditioning in your house.
and all the fans are sold out everywhere.
And
Yeah, you
listen,
can't buy
I
a
I
know
fan,
it.
tried
can't
to
buy
go
it
get a
anymore.
fan today.
The sun, I don't
None
want
of
to
us are
leave, so I'm just
prepared
going to
for
burn you
this.
from the other side of the world. Right? I mean, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from, like, the deep south. Every house that I've ever been to down there has AC. You have build your own houses. You have everything. Like, everything has AC. I know this because I live there. And I'm like, okay, it can be humid as fuck. AC fixes that. No problems. Here, wrecked. Okay, yeah, we don't have humidity up here. Louisiana does. It's like 90% humidity on the dot every single day. I know what it's like. Yeah. I'll suffer through the humidity with an AC unit.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
glad
really glad I
Chris
don't
knows the
live in the
differences and how much
I'm
worse
also,
this is.
it's also humid right now. I'm sticky. Like,
Yeah, no, it's humid right now. Washington
Oh,
has
yeah.
humidity.
When a house
just
down
not
there comes
80%
standard with
humidity.
AC, and then if you change that around and all the houses down
Top,
there did
yeah.
not come with AC, yeah, you'd be in our boat.
We are at
You'd know what we're talking
60%.
about.
60% humidity right now, friends.
Yeah.
That's 71.
Not to mention too, this is also
Yeah,
the
but you don't
Yeah.
have 100
Fuck off
degree
now.
heat.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Listen
You know
here,
how many
princess.
drownings we have in this state? Like people
Fucking
go out
Virginia.
into the water. It's
The
like
sticky noises
fucking freezing.
intensify, right?
Yeah.
I'm not meant to be sticky. It's uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm like one of those, the little toys with
Oh,
the hands
thanks,
you,
Jay.
the little sticky
The
hands that
little
you.
sticky hands.
Yeah, that's me right now. I just,
Chris, did you see Jay's message?
Chris, you need to change M's username. I do need to change M's username. I didn't even think about that. Thank you.
I didn't
will
either.
put that on my list of things to do. Okay.
Much good.
Yeah, I'm not meant to be sticky. I don't know what you want from me.
That's what.
I will send
I
you all
figured
to
out how to
jail.
mute your channel.
The tab?
So I will no longer see Snow's notifications.
Oh.
Yeah,
If this
I have
will
to go
fucking
through
let me
and
do it.
I have to go and fix
Oh, in
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's going to be like on a person by person basis.
Mhm.
Because if they have it where they get notifications for everything, they're going to see the message as it pops up.
Yeah. I'll fix it later. I'll play with
Uh,
it.
But they can't like go through and like access the channel and read it.
They can
But
just notification shows up. Okay, I think I can fix that. I think I can.
Don't watch notifications.
I just went through and turned off all the notifications for Rain City for right now.
Just gonna poke Kyle in the nose real quick with my mouse cursor. Poke, poke, poke. Okay, I gotta make a funny face. All right, let's get back into it. Change up the music here, man. I just need to.
Mm-mm.
I think yeah. Okay, there we go. I can do it. Okay. So as we get back into it, Liqui's sitting here, and she looks at you all and says, "All right." Happened a couple months ago. We got a contract from an unknown asker, an anonymous person. They paid an exuberant amount of money for us to go and procure an item. Let's see, where was it? We were paid an exuberant amount of money to set up extortion, hire a bunch of thugs, and steal a very valuable artifact from a very wealthy person who lived in Strathmore, up north. It was about 2.5 weeks ago that we got this artifact finally. However, it was taken in transit, and the guild members that were guarding it were all killed. We soon found out who took it, with all of our connections and all of our ability to get into the seedier places of the city and the world. We found out that it was a group called the Ordo de Dontalista, some crazy cult. They ended up taking this artifact. And
Do I recognize this name?
Yeah. These are the dudes that were called out as the ones that killed off Vildren's entire clan.
That's right. I was like, this name sounds familiar, and I'm just like, why do I recognize it? Thank you.
Soon after the artifact was taken, Strathmore ended up falling apart. The entire town went to shambles. Kobolds came out of the mines, took the entire town over. Town's been wasted for the past 2 weeks, and we've been trying to, or the Pilgrim Towns have been trying to retake it. This information is just, it's new. We have a lot of refugees coming in from the north, and I'm sure that you've seen throughout the city dozens and dozens and dozens of people with extra carts, and their belongings and everything that they own is with them. It's been pretty difficult to keep low, and we've been doing our best to kind of right these wrongs. The Order has gone and imposed their will upon many people within the Pilgrim Towns in the past couple weeks. It's it's a difficult situation, and Amaya, you coming here has been worrisome for me. I know who you are. My mother was a moon elf, and she happened to be part of your father's retinue. And that's how, I have this. Regretfully, she didn't make it back in time in order to go with the elves to the Feywilds. But that's all said and done. She died a while back. I've just been living here ever since. But before she died, she did share everything she knew about the royal family, and everything about you, and about your father, and about what you look like, that kind of thing. That's how I knew. Also, you're running around, killing magistrates and causing a ruckus in several different towns, and then, you have a giant golden lighthouse walking around with you. It does throw a couple red flags up, and was really easy to track you.
Well.
It's a lot of information, right?
Yeah. I'm like trying to digest it. Hold on.
What is the connection between Amaya and this item that was procured and then stolen?
So no direct connection from what I know. I just didn't want someone of elven royalty wandering through the pilgrim towns when everything has been going to shit.
So you're just worried that we'll be discovered?
Yeah. Elves are rare. A drow and a moon elf, even more so. Why do you think I stick to the shadows and hide my way through life?
Can we figure out if there's more that she's not telling us?
Go ahead and give me some insight rolls.
Would we both do this, or one with advantage?
It's up to you guys, however you want to do it.
I guess both would make more sense, right?
Yeah.
I only have a +1, so if you want
Have
to
a
do it
plus
with
4.
advantage.
If it's with it, do I roll with advantage or is it just?
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Okay, well then I got an 18.
It seems like she's being very forthright with you with a lot of information. She does know a lot more than what she's leading on. Stuff that has to do with the Thieves Guild, stuff that has to do with the Order, stuff that has to do with about this item that was taken. But she's being truthful about, how she knows you, how she knows what you look like, that she's been tracking you for the past, 2 weeks through the Pilgrim Towns. And during that time, she's also been busy trying to put out fires, proverbial fires, and dealing with dozens and dozens of other problems that have been cropping up, from kobolds to the Order to a dozen other things that I'm sure she will eventually tell you.
What is this item?
It is some staff, some artifact, some ancient staff, artifact staff that came from some powerful entity that created it and bequeathed it to this individual. I'm not entirely sure what it does. All I know is that it is of great power, and that we didn't know who we were taking it from, and we didn't know what it did until recently.
And do you know more about what has happened to the other moon elves?
So yes, I can give you some insight to that one. It seems that the great moon elf city of Luna Tulsaroon has been... Actually, that was the wrong one. I said the wrong name. Oh no! Oh, Chris's lore got stuck.
Chris!
Oh,
No!
me in the mouth. Oh god. Oh. I was like, oh god, can I do this from memory? And I went for it, and I failed. I failed you all. I failed you.
Now we get 1 free roll.
No. Um.
Yeah, F's in the chat, please.
F's in the chat for Chris. For his whoopsie doodle. Thank you all. I appreciate your F's in the chat. It will not go unnoticed. I gotta go pull up my notes again. Everything.
I don't even think I have a name in my backstory either.
All of this is pretty much just kind of gibberish in a sense to me, right?
Yeah, it's
Like-
fine. It's fine.
My character doesn't know anything really.
I forgot
about
the
the-
prefix.
about the
Oh
moons.
god, I had it. Just 1 second. I had it. I have it. I got it.
While this is all happening, is there any way I could be trying to get in?
We'll get to you guys in just a second. I'm gonna put a pause on it real
Okay.
quick for these
Oh,
kids.
can I speak Elvish?
Yeah. Why?
He's also
Um,
Elvish.
Can I speak Elvish?
You.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that, because if they find a way to get in.
So you're having this conversation in Elvish?
Mm-hmm. She's a
Um,
half elf, so I'll
Yeah,
make
she
sure she's still-
speaks it quite fluently,
Yeah.
very well.
You're not gonna know we're coming.
I know, but as I'm talking about such sensitive material, I would choose to speak in Elvish, being it's a rare to understand language. Like, there's not a lot of elves around. Just like Zaynor and I had spoken in Elvish in the room.
Right.
There you go. Okay, I was like, what is the prequel for new? It's so I have a naming convention for a lot of the elven cities. So it's a Nua Lunathala, which means the new moon city, in Elvish, in the ancient Elven tongue, and she basically explains that the elves, the moon elves, came back, and their city is far, far, far to the south, and it's just outside of the, the Forest of Hallowed Dreams. So very, very far south, just outside the Forest of Hallowed Dreams. It's probably a good 950 miles from here.
And have you heard news of my father?
She shakes her head no. All I've done is been able to send scouts from the Thieves Guild that have risked the dangers of the forest and risked the dangers of travel, and have gotten back to me with word that the city is there. And I'm gonna put a pause in it, put a pin in it. Oberon, Vildren.
Yes.
Yep.
You guys gotta break in.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
like
yes.
actual
So I'm
break-in.
still a brat.
Or like maybe actually.
Okay. Oberon,
Is
you're
there some
still-
kind of like sewer system that I can? Oh yeah, because I'm still a rat.
Okay.
Is there some kind of like sewer system I can try to get through or anything like that?
Absolutely. So you can drop down into there's like a sewer grate. You can drop down into it and try to find your way into the building.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a quick Go ahead and give me a quick survival roll.
Aha, 17.
Awesome. So using your newly found rat-like dark vision, and your small stature, you wiggle in through the bars and you squiggle your way through many sewer pipes, and eventually find your way into a newer built section of sewer rooms and the like. And you finally come to what looks to be a large iron-bound door, and it go ahead and give me survival. That'll do. You find yourself noticing that there has been recent people. You can smell them. Very familiar scent of a Xanor and Amaya.
Got it. Okay. So I know where they are now, and I'm alone in this area.
Yep. You can definitely trace your way back to where that door is, where you saw where they originally entered the building, and you can unlock it from that side.
Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna go try to find the main entrance door that they all went into.
Are you still doing it as a rat, or did you shapeshift back?
No, I'm still a rat because I'm trying to be stealthy.
Awesome.
And not get caught as a rat.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll at advantage.
God, is that advantage? 9.
You're very noisy for a rat as you make your way up through the tunnels and eventually find yourself in front of the very large, very sturdy wooden door. And you can definitely hear Vildren on the other side. Vildren, what are you doing to try and get in?
Vildren was originally going to climb to the roof and kind of wait up there for these two to come back out.
So this is when I'm done shapeshifting as a rat, and I pretty much get back into Oberon, so I can get the door unlocked for Vildren to come in.
Yeah.
Because I need his help getting the irons. I need his help getting the iron door broken down.
Yeah. So Vildren, the door opens up and Oberon's sitting there.
Hey, let's go. I found him. I went through the sewer. I was a little rat. Now I'm here. Come on.
Yeah,
I found them, but there's a giant door that I need help. I mean, we start running. I start explaining what I saw and what I smelled behind the door.
We'll try to do it quietly.
Yes. So how do you want to take this door down?
Well, let me see it first.
So I end up taking him back down the stairs and taking him through the corridors and getting him back to the door where I smelled the Maya and Sandler.
Yep, it's a pretty straight and direct path. I mean, Vildren, you kind of have to stoop a little bit lower than your normal height, and you kind of wiggle your way through a couple of the tighter corridors, and you eventually reach the door. Go ahead and give me. Are you gonna try and break down the door, or are you gonna knock, or what are you gonna do?
So is it a bar door, or is it like a door?
It's a door. It's an iron door.
I don't like the idea of just knocking.
Hear anything on the other side?
Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
10?
Should I also roll for perception?
Yeah, absolutely.
Haha, 12. No, 15.
So listening, you can hear you can hear Amaya's melodic voice, as well as another very similar Elven speak. You've heard them speak Elven before, but it looks like they're talking back to each other in Elvish. on the other side of this door.
That's definitely them in there. So we need to figure out what's happening there. Can't understand them right now. They're all speaking Elvish.
Do you speak Elvish?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Side note, do
Is there
I
any
hear, like, I'm assuming with the time that we're sneaking in is basically the same time you guys had that conversation?
Yep.
So was I in there at the same time that they quoted that cult? will
I don't
determine
think
my
you
actions.
heard that. I
Okay.
think that they were saying most of it in Elvish. Nothing really piques your interest, and it's too muffled through the iron door.
No.
I actually have an idea to try to lure someone out to see what's going on in there. Can I use Druidcraft and create an animal noise in the outside of the door?
What kind of
To
animal
try
noise
to
are you
get
looking
someone
at?
out here. Probably like a dog scratching and barking at the door, trying to get in.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and put a stop right there, and I'll say go back to Amaya and Zaynor, where you guys are just having a wonderful conversation. Amaya, is there anything you want to ask Liqui?
I just kind of want to look at her and be like, these are reasons enough to keep me from continuing through the cities. We can definitely be more careful with this knowledge, but what you've told me is not going to stop my friends and I from venturing through. And I'm sure Zaynor back here will agree with me. These aren't enough threats. I have people who are well equipped to handle whoever might be, finding me, if they can even do that. I have survived much worse.
I will say this. You all need to be exceptionally careful. There are some terrible people out there. The Order is becoming more and more bold. They've even started abducting people. We're looking into trying to find out where their hideouts are. As she kind of gestures to the plethora of maps and building schematics and the entire town kind of splayed out on this table in front of her. It's been very difficult to try and find out where they are. And that's near the woof, woof, of a dog trying to get in through the door. I don't think you've ever seen that many crossbows aimed at a door before. As every rogue in the room has pulled out a light crossbow and they've got it pointed at the door. Carrick has his bow and he's got an arrow knocked and just like fully drawn back, and it was like a split second as that was the reaction time. And Liqui gets up and she does this, and she walks over to the door, unlatches it. You hear a thunk coming from the opposite side, and the door opens. I will say, Amaya, Zaynor, you see Oberon and Vildren in the doorway. You see Liqui turn back to look at you, and then look back at them.
Wait, don't shoot. For the love of God. What the fuck? I'm speaking in common now.
I will step through the door frame and then take up my full height, because I recognize this chick as the one that attacked Maya.
How is the room lit right now that we're in?
A myriad of different, a fireplace, a bunch of candles, a bunch of torches, Everything seems very well lit. Lanterns on the middle of
Okay.
the on different tables.
Got it. Okay, continue. So you go in, Vildren, and you're showing your stature, and I kind of just go right behind you and kind of slink around to another part of the room, kind of just in the background, while you're like over there intimidating all of them. I'm kind of just like sneaking around.
You don't get very far before you're kind of pushed in by 12 people with crossbows and a very large angry dude with a very large bow.
I'm just like, whoa. Everything is fine. I'm talking to both parties. I'm like, in between. I'm like, everything's fine. Looking at Vildren. Everything is okay.
There's definitely anger across Vildren's face, not yet rage. But he is angry.
Like, I look at Oberon and Vildren like, I will explain later. But for right now, you guys have definitely crossed the line with these people.
So I kind of just look at Amaya, and I'm just hoping she's understanding that, like, do we need to run now? Like, just trying to get her to understand, like, do we need to get the fuck out of here?
You should. I'm not sure the extent of this, because, like, either we could let them stay for the remainder, but I'm like, you can go. And I look to Liqui and I go, would you feel more comfortable if they left?
So, Vildren, Liqui goes to move behind you, and it looks like she's looking to close the door.
I will reach for her. Just
And that's when
instinctively.
I use
My first
Druid.
thought is she's the one that attacked her. I don't know what's going on in here.
Give me a quick insight roll.
Yeah, at this very moment when he, like, goes to get
15.
her, can I use Druidcraft?
As you go to touch her, you hear the immediate tense of 13 people in the room with armed weapons pointed in your general direction.
You attacked my friend, and now you hold them here hostage.
And calmly, Liqui closes the door and relocks it and turns to you and says, I admit my methods were a little brash when we first met in Marlton, but know that I have her best interests at heart. And she looks up at you, and she does a little curtsy bow, and she says, my apologies, Vildren. I shouldn't have acted as such, and I'm doing my best to appeal to your better nature now.
Apology accepted.
She seems very sincere in what she's saying. Zaner, Amaya, and Oberon, could you kindly give me some quick insight checks?
Oh, nat 20. 24?
Damn.
Nope.
Yep.
14.
6.
Can we get a 20?
6. Can we get it? There we go. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, with that, between the majority of you, she seems to be showing a lot of respect to Vildren. And it doesn't seem like she knows him. It's more of like what he is that she's showing respect to.
I'm gonna look towards Liqui and be like, can you tell Vildren of the what's it? I'm sorry, the name is always escaping me.
The Ordo de Dontalista.
Yeah, thank you. Of the connection here.
Absolutely. So she goes ahead and just kind of re-explains things a little bit. That this anonymous donor who put in a lot of effort and time and money into getting the Thieves Guild to do their their dirty work, so to speak, and getting paid for it, turned out to be the Order. And after some very unscrupulous things that happened that the Order did, the Thieves Guild immediately backed off and tried to right the wrongs that was being done. It seemed that there's some other things that are going on that Liqui hasn't alluded to that involve the Order that made the Thieves Guild change their mind, other than, stealing an artifact, extorting the merchants, kidnapping people, stuff like that.
Yeah, just the mention of that name is enough to put Vildren's kind of outward appearance into more of a violent, more hatred look.
Oh yeah. And she looks at you at that point and she goes, and don't worry about what happened in the town past. Like, we took care of it. The magistrate that was killed, he had great ties to the Order, and we made sure that anyone that was around that disappeared. It's why there was no one after you.
Do you know more of them in this city?
And she kind of gestures over to the battle map that is now turned into the center of the table. She goes, we're doing our best to try and find them. It might take a day or two. We've been investigating these disappearances of townspeople for a while now, and we'll have some more information. And as that happens, you hear a at the metal door, and one of the crossbowmen, as you can see, like as the conversation goes on, the crossbowmen go down. Carrick puts his bow away, and even Liqui seems to like sheath the dagger she had drawn from behind her back, as tensions kind of go back down and more towards the information at hand. And one of the masked rogues goes over and opens the door, and someone comes limping through, and you can see that it's like a drip of blood that hits the floor. It's another rogue, and they don't look too hot, and they're immediately taken over to the side. You can hear whispered conversation going on back and forth as a couple more people come over to help him out. And the conversation between Liqui goes on as she explains what's going on, and the terrible things that have been happening, and that the Rangers of Ariza, as well as the Thieves Guild of Zide, have come together now, and they're trying to basically stop what's been going on.
I'm gonna look towards Liqui and go, what's going on over there?
She goes, I'm not sure. Give me a minute. And she excuses herself from the conversation, and it just leaves you with Carrick like this, sitting in his chair again. And
I'm
then
just
the
gonna
four
sit
of
there
you
and, notice
square
that
up and stare back.
He's posturing, and I just stare back at him.
Why would you lie to
I'm
us?
just kind of
where
standing
you
there
were
in the
going?
corner.
I just look to Vildron and I say, I'm gonna have to talk to you guys about that once we leave here. But I'll tell you what's going on. Now that you guys have found your way into this.
And yeah, go ahead.
I eventually break contact with him and I look over to Vildren. We're friends. I believe we're friends. And it was not our intention to keep this hidden from you forever. We're trying to move in a very delicate manner and not arise any suspicion to ourselves or that anyone else could see. We just wanted to approach this very quietly because we were It was said to us that we should move with the utmost of caution here, and we wanted to make it seem like our party was still out and about, moving through the days, and
Not to mention, your guys' stature draws a lot of attention.
which is great. You're amazing.
Fantastic.
You're incredible.
Attention that you couldn't even notice us following.
Yes.
You immediately go into flashbacks of why is that tree somewhat closer every single time that I look at it.
That fucking tree, I knew it.
I'm just sitting in the corner, kind of like playing with my boomerang. I knew you guys were lying. I knew there was something going on.
I promise it was to keep you safe and to keep us safe as well. We had no idea what we were walking into.
We knew that we could
More
handle it.
reason.
And that's
felt-
why a clan sticks together.
We're
stronger together than separate.
Listen,
Do
my
not realize that.
my companion of 50 years just figured out what was happening with me, and I'm going to have to ask you guys to give me a little bit of time to explain this to you as my friends, the newfound companions.
Your past is your past.
I mean,
You
that's
can keep
fair.
it to yourself. But to separate from the group, the clan, it puts us all in danger.
I agree.
When we get back to the tavern tonight, to the inn, we'll explain as much as we can and come to an agreement on not separating the clan again in the future, because clearly we can't, even if we try.
Get straight, you can't keep anything from us.
Yeah, you guys are sneaky bastards, apparently.
So do we need to blow this popsicle stand, or are we just gonna hang out here and keep listening to her?
So as you guys are having this conversation, Liqui eventually comes back, and she immediately just kind of ignores all of you, and basically pulls out one of the fountain pens, and she kind of digs a big circle on a building on the docks, and she goes, "Here, this is the Order's hideout within the city."
But that's where we need to go to find the people.
And she goes, "Not you. You don't necessarily need to do this. Well, the guild is taking care of it, but I just want to give you a heads up.
I will fight with you.
You don't have to do that. We have it taken care of."
It's my honor at stake. They killed my clan.
You sure you don't need a little bit of help from us?
Vildren, can you give me a quick insight roll?
$11?
Something in the back of your mind. You heard a name again, Ariza. The Rangers of Ariza, Carrick's group. That struck a what is it? Something.
It just stop. You said something about Ariza.
He goes, "Yeah. Carrick is a member of the Rangers of Ariza."
Who's Carrick?
This,
I'll
this
approach.
Yeah.
Get right up in his
That's
face.
him.
Yeah.
Grab him by the shoulders. Do you know a Dragonborn?
No.
And why do you have his name?
He goes, "Oh, no. We our group is not founded by a dragonborn. There's nothing to do with it. Ariza's a dragon."
Dragonborn?
No, dragon. He points to the map,
Wait,
and he kind of he shuffles one of the maps around. And he pulls out like a map of like the big area. And he goes, "Yeah, there's the Ariza Mountain Range, the Ariza Sea," and he points to like landmarks on the map that weren't like necessarily, you know, thought out or called out before. He goes, "Yeah, we the group was founded by the dragon to keep the area safe."
So, but the innkeeper said that a dragonborn came through here 15 years ago named Riza.
I have no recollection of that. We haven't seen a dragonborn since you, honestly.
Well, and maybe the last that you see of Mike. Which is why I want to join you to kill these fucks.
He goes, "First, can you set me down?"
Oh, sorry.
Looks at Liqui. Well, we could use the extra help from what our scout has said. There's a lot of strange things going on around that hideout. We might need some help either getting in or dealing with the problem.
We got in here. We shouldn't have a problem getting into that building.
Liqui goes,
I just
that
like to look at
that
it
is a
and talk about it a
flaw.
little bit."
I don't know how you got in, honestly. I'm concerned. And somebody, and she turns around, and all the rogues kind of flinch, and they kind of look away. Is going to have to explain to me
So-
why that, and she points at Vildren, walked in through the front door. Anyone?
So just to fuck with her, I just look at her and say, "Well, not everyone is. I'm not like everyone else." And I just snap and I use Druidcraft to instantly extinguish all the lights in the room, the fire, the candles, and everything. So it just
Ooh.
goes pitch black.
You're just trying to fucking get us killed.
I'm trying to get her to let us help her, so we can actually get to the bottom of this.
Is it all the lights in a room? That's insane.
Instantly light or snuff out candles, torches, or small campfires.
A lot of small kids.
I'm gonna say you make half the room go out because there's a lot.
Oh, okay.
All of the lanterns
That's fair.
stay lit, but you basically just delete half the room and put it into kind of darkness. And she raises an eyebrow at you. She goes, "That's magic. We might have some use for you then. Are you all interested in helping us out?"
Just a big toothy smile.
Children is helped by men.
I just turned to a mile.
Oh lordy.
Do you want to help eliminate this order of Dante's Day?
I mean, if that's what's gonna, you know, that's what all the party wants to do, and I want to stick with everyone, then yeah.
I'm in then.
Excellent.
Can
Well,
I
yeah.
turn to Liqui and just like very quietly ask her a question without anyone else
Yeah,
hearing me?
you can pull her aside and ask her a question.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, my air conditioning stopped, and now it's immediately 70,000 degrees.
It's immediate fire.
Yeah. I literally had a blanket on me, and then I was like, "Oh, I am officially sweating" as soon as I turned off. I'm just gonna look at her and go, and very quietly, so no one can hear. So I have a question for you that you might
Yeah.
not know the answer to. Did you hear of the Queen's murder? Mhm.
Um, she nods and she says, "Yes, I heard that your mother was murdered."
What do you know about this?
She goes, "Regretfully, nothing."
Is she? She's been truthful this whole time. I'm gonna assume that she's being truthful now.
Yeah.
Or should I roll for? You look evil.
You can give me an insight check if you want.
I do want that, Chris.
Just
21.
do it. She seems to be
30,
telling the
21.
truth at this point. You know, she doesn't know anything about what happened to the queen, your mother, or anything to do with the murder. She just heard about it.
Okay. What happened to your mother?
She died. It's a touchy subject. And she kind of leaves it at that. She doesn't elaborate more.
She's a half elf, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Just keep tabs on a small furry creature.
Yeah, I've got 2 that I'm like watching as well.
I saw Emmett pop his head out a little while ago. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. He's licking my ice cream bowl like a fucking fatty. What you doing over there?
Just right in front of me.
Awesome. So is there? Liqui basically says, I mean, there's not much for you to do. We'll make arrangements. I'm having every guild member that's currently in the city, as well as Carrick's gang, group together and see if we can snuff this out in one fell swoop. Just go back to the inn, rest. I know it's been a late night. I know that's been a lot of information. If there's anything that you need or anything that you have any more questions, just let me know.
Okay.
How will we find you again?
You can just come
Clearly,
here.
you're able to find us.
Well, you can always just come here. Just don't get followed again.
Right.
You know, it's kind of a shame that, you know, the most avid Thieves Guild, the Thieves Guild of Zide, was put to the test by a large group of travelers. And by large, I mean a big dragon man. The rogues across the entire room have just scattered. They're nowhere to be found now. They've all either hid or fled the room. This small but daunting half-elf seems to have terrified them. And now we're back at it. So what is your guys' move?
We're gonna go back to the inn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you go back to the inn.
As we head upstairs, I grab some food for
Give me a perception roll.
Oh,
All of us?
All of us?
you. All of you.
oh, nat 20.
11.
15.
Not one.
You're grabbing food.
A
Love
whole
it.
new
Yeah.
world, a new fantastic point of view.
It's like,
No
la,
one
la,
to
la.
tell me no or where to go. Xanor's lost in his thoughts right now.
This food smells really good.
Ooh, blackberry pie. Fuck yeah.
like-
Amaya, you notice that when you guys get to the inn, the lights are out.
Guys, it's fucking dark.
It's like pitch black. The inn, there are no lights on in the inn.
I looked at Xanor and I'm like, it's dark. What? This is off. It's not usually this dark in here. I mean, we can both see sort
Yeah.
of in
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
night, and I know he can see better than me. So I'm like, look around.
So I just look around and then I just see a couple candles on a table in the distance. So I just once again just snap my fingers and light the candles and just starts.
You have to roll to cast something like that.
It's that low.
Cantrip,
It's
so I
true.
think it just happens.
So what was your move over on? So you guys approached the inn.
Yeah, we haven't.
So I approach the inn and I see just a couple candles and like a lantern on the desk, the front desk.
Yeah,
So
he's got that. He's got like
light
an
it with
elaborate
Druid craft.
candelabra. So you light it,
Yeah. I can light or stuff them up.
and you guys open the door to do that because you'd have to open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
I will take the lead on that.
So as you open the door, you notice that there's a silhouette standing there, and Oberon lights it using Druidcraft, and Medi's standing there in the dark. He's got like this glassy-eyed look across his face.
Guys,
Medi.
I really don't like this.
Medi,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Hello.
Huh.
Welcome to the inn.
Yeah, drawing the greatsword.
I'm
Got both.
kind of peeking under Vildaron, and I'm like, Medi, what happened? Are you okay? What's happened?
And
Welcome
I'll
to the
step
inn.
fully in.
I'm
he
going
pulls
to.
out a book and he opens it, and he goes, "How many for tonight?"
Don't you recognize
Can we
this?
show him our keys? Can we do something to the? Hey, we.
Can I make
bet it-
another perception test?
That
More on
will
the
be-
scent of scent?
4 gold per room.
Medi, we've already. Can I look around more to
Medi.
see if I see anything else?
Yeah, absolutely.
that
I'm gonna.
We're here with the merchant guild.
I'm gonna look like stand. So
7.
Vildren stepped inside.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone else go inside?
15. Me.
I was gonna say I thought we're all going inside.
So I'm standing like at the doorway, looking out into the street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I got a 15 for my perception.
Awesome. So as you guys come in and you light it, it does cast a light further off into the little tavern section they have, and you notice that there's like 5 tavern goers, and they all have they're all sitting at different tables. They all have their food in front of them. The lights are completely out. But the weird part is when you guys all came in, they all did this all at the same time. And they all turned to look at all of you.
Are they glassy-eyed as well?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go up.
Can I cast Divine Sense?
Yeah.
To detect good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of going like this in front of their faces. Like,
They're not
are
moving.
you?
They're just staring
Hello?
glassy-eyed at you. Hello.
Are you guys okay?
We are fine. And then one turns and just goes and eats food.
I look back to Zaynor.
Very mechanical, kind of like.
I motion for her to come back over to us and to like stand by my side, like come over here.
Many
Children, you have
turns
sword out, right?
as you walk back over. That will be 4 gold per person tonight.
Does my Divine Sense
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
no good and evil,
Nope.
no
It's
hallow
like
spell,
it's like gray.
no celestial fiends are undead?
Nope. No one in here is dead. No one's a demon. No one is an angel. It's just gray. So you push out
Xehanort.
your divine sense and you kind of just do like a quick blanket overlook of everything. And nothing comes back. It's like doing like a sonar and you're just like hitting like figures. And you just come back with gray. You know that evil is very like, it would be like red, and then like if you were to do like, if good were to come back, it would be like blue. Like Amaya comes back as good, Vildren comes back as blue, Oberon even comes back as blue, but these guys are just nothing. It's like looking at like nothing, a blank slate.
There's something very wrong about this. There is absolutely no perception of these things, people maybe, having any kind of soul, or I have no idea what's going on here.
It's them.
I looked to Vildron. What do you mean it's them?
It has to be them.
Who's them? The
People who killed your family?
they do this?
I haven't seen this, but it has to be them.
I'm just gonna look back at Xanor and be like, what do we?
That will be 4 gold per person.
I slam the key down on the table, and I'm like, we have a room. And trying to get any reaction out of him.
Very well. Have a good night. And he closes it, takes it, and puts it back under the desk.
But where's
Maybe-
your? Is there another family member here? Is it Letty that's here
It's
as
just-
well? What
it's
is
just-
that a different place?
Yeah, that would be the house.
Okay,
Here,
okay.
it is just Medi.
Okay.
Yes, Nate, it's an innkeeper.
I will turn and kind of walk right up to the innkeeper, pick him up, and then just yell in his face as loud as possible to wake him up.
So, like full dragon roar into his face. No reaction at all.
I
Can
look
you
back at-
please put me down?
Oberon, what? Oberon, you were gonna say something. What's?
I was just gonna say, should we just go check upstairs or see what's like going on upstairs in our rooms and stuff? Or should we stay down here?
I'm concerned that
Oberon, stay down here with Amaya. Xanor, let's check upstairs.
All right.
I'll walk over to Oberon, little buddy. Put my arm around.
All the 5 people that were in there eating are all eating in time with each other, and they all finish their food at the same time, and they move their chairs back. They all stand up, they all turn, and they all walk up the stairs, and you can to where the rooms are in the inn, and they open it and they go in, and you hear the doors all close at the same time. And Xanor, Vildren, as you guys are walking up, they kind of move past you and do that.
That was strange.
I don't like what's happening.
I go to. Sorry.
I'm just
I'm gonna
hoping
cut
this
you.
isn't like an environmental thing and like more of a person thing, so we're not being affected by anything being here.
Exactly.
So I open up the room that Amaya stayed in last night.
Yeah. Nothing in there except for the furnishings.
I guess rather, Vildren and I are going to go on a search through the rooms upstairs,
Okay.
seeing if we can find anything.
Either both of you give me an investigate, or you go ahead and give me a one with advantage.
I have a +1.
I have a -1.
Yeah, are you okay if I do it with
An
advantage?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, please.
Oh, God, please.
Okay, we got a 13 for the first one.
Okay, excellent.
It takes me like 5 days to roll.
Yeah, I don't know why your rolls. You just like hurl it across the screen or something, or like.
The web browser is larger? I don't know.
The web browser's
13 is
large.
the highest.
Are you running like like an extra wide? Is that why? It's gotta make a full fucking round as you. Awesome. 13. You guys are snooping through a bunch of stuff. Your rooms look like they haven't been touched since you guys were in them last. Normally when you guys came back, the beds were made, everything was kind of neat and organized, that kind of a thing. They look like that they haven't been touched.
Something's keeping them controlled like this.
I agree.
Normally to wake myself up, I've pinched myself. Maybe the same would work for them. Pain might wake them up.
Poking the innkeeper like.
So
You poke him, he has no reaction.
downstairs, is there any rats or anything downstairs, animal-wise, that I've noticed?
Go ahead and give me a nature check or a survival check.
Is there anyone
No
else
survival.
in this building?
There are the
22.
5 people that just went upstairs, and then Medi. Surprisingly, there aren't any rodents or of the sort inside this building. Uh-oh.
Should I try dousing him in water and seeing if that does anything? I
That
turned to a
might be a
Maya.
bad idea.
So I just start casting create water, and I just dump it on top of Nettie, trying to like shock him out of whatever.
Yeah,
fucking
you dump
shit's
water on
happening.
him, and he's just damp now, and he just goes, "Oh, I'm wet."
Got
I
it.
don't think
That doesn't
I
work.
don't think any of this is gonna work on Maya.
No, I kind of like peer over to the stairs, and I'm like, Xanor, Vildaron, do you see anything? I'm like
Everything's
shouting.
exactly as it was left, instead of having the beds made the last time, and
What do we do?
I have no idea here. I don't like being here though.
Do you think this is affecting the entire town, or do you think it's just here? Should we go check?
I don't
Let's
think
go
that'd
check
be a
the
bad
rest of the
idea.
town.
So what's
Vildaron,
the
I
game
heard
plan?
you were gonna do a stabby stab. Do you want to try a little poke on someone?
I'll walk up to one of the Daze guy, grab their arm, and then vice grip squeeze to see if I can get a reaction.
Trying to elicit pain.
Yep.
Ow!
Are you awake?
Welcome to the inn. And he goes to reach underneath the thing and pull out the ledger again. Opens it up. How many for the rooms today?
You all should head back
At this
to
point, I'd
the health elf. It's safer with her now. I'm gonna
Or-
take Medi here to his parents. It's safer for him there. I'll meet you back with the thieves.
Should we really be splitting up right now? Is that wise? Just look at Viljan.
The wise thing is you all need to get to safety. I can protect myself, but I can't leave him here like this when his parents are here in the city. They need to know. I'll pick up Medi and kind of just begin to make my way out.
Okay, so you easily pick him up. You know, you've got the strength for it. And as you guys go to leave the inn, there are about 30 people out arrayed around you in the street. They are all dressed in peasant clothing, and they're all blank-faced, glassy-eyed stare.
I don't think this is just a singular incident.
And
I
I
don't
need
think
everyone
we
to
should-
roll for initiative as they all draw weapons.
What the fuck?
Okay,
To
16.
me, 6.
All right. Yes.
We still have time for
Excellent.
combat.
5.
Oh, you rolled the wrong one.
Me?
No, Amaya.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. What did I roll?
You rolled intelligence.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oberon, I think you rolled intelligence as well.
Where's initiative?
Yeah.
Next to your armor class.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I'm a big
Oh.
difference here. Thank God, 20.
There we go.
No,
okay.
Not a nat, though.
No, I rolled
dirty
initiative.
20, dirty 20.
No, you rolled intelligence.
Oh. Still plus 2. 12.
Okay. Awesome. And with that, I'm also going to have to call it for today and leave you all on a cliffhanger as we go into combat with next session.
I don't think this is going to be a 10-minute battle.
No,
It's not a 10-minute battle.
I have a feeling this one's going to be
Yep.
rough. Fuck.
Oof. Oof, big oof,
God.
big oof.
Oof.
All right. Got you all so good.
Big oof.
Yes. Thank you. There we go. I got a nice fuck you, Chris. Thank you. Pokemon Battle music starts and stops. Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's see here. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. So thank you all for watching today. I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Million Years Dungeon.
Million.
No trial, just dungeon.
Thank you, Dr. Doom Eternal, for
Here.
all of the gifted subs and all of the biddies. We sincerely appreciate you for all the support that you've given us tonight. You can't just send me to dungeon. Guys, you can't all send me to the dungeon.
Immediate dungeon.
Immediate dungeon. Yep, we have a lot of fun stuff planned up coming up. As this campaign is going to continue going on for a very long time with a lot of more twists and turns. I think now they're starting to understand that I am not here to fuck around. I'm here to have a blast and make them all suffer in individual ways. Hey, Amaya, how was that perception roll?
Fuck you.
Citizen's arrest? Yes. Yeah, we got a bunch of fun stuff coming up in the future. I'm planning on running a different campaign during the weekday with a very familiar set of people, and that's going to be a different game other than Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be called Exalted. I'm super excited to run that. It's another really fun, expansive campaign, much like this one, and I'm just super excited to do it. We've got a bunch of art. I'm going to go ahead and call it out right now. Lava Slug in our chat is our wonderful artist doing all the art for all of the characters, and they're wonderful. And the art is amazing. Chef's kiss. And I appreciate everything that they've done so far, including the emotes. So very talented individual. Yes. If you do get a chance, in me, I do draw things. Yes, draw things very, very well.
Yeah.
Everyone here.
There's
Yep.
a strim.
There's a strim of the things.
Strim of the drawing.
There's a strim of the drawings. Yes. So if you guys want to go check that out, please do. Please show the support to Lava Slug for all of their future endeavors and me making them do all the art for us.
I know Jay did it again.
But yeah, I'm super excited. There's a lot of stuff coming up in the future, a lot of stuff for this channel, and I cannot express with words how much I appreciate not only all of my players, but all the support from the mods, the support from the community, and you guys are just you guys make me have a lot of fun, and I just really enjoy it. So thank you all. And I'm excited for all the things in the future. And I have a cat now. Hi, hello. Can I help you? Yeah. Can you oh, okay. Is it bedtime? Is that what this is? Liquid dog. Yes. This is my cat Aria. She wants all the attention. I love her. It's like having a toddler with knives.
Yikes.
Yeah. Cute but deadly.
Cute but deadly.
Cute but deadly. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and do a quick raid out. Show some support to anyone else doing the wonderful Dungeons and Dragons. Give me just a moment. Let me go do some looky looks here.
Are there any highlighted messages that we could take a look at
I
before?
think I went and got them all. I think there was the last couple few that came through. Yeah, I went and grabbed them all.
Yeah, the last one was the Pokemon battle music.
Dun, 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 dun,
Sorry.
dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
You missed one. You overpowered. That's awesome. You missed one.
Can someone delete that one?
It was this one.
More dice, point actions. Okay, deal. I will work on getting more dice point actions.
What are dice point actions?
Which
That's
is
the
that
channel
what
point.
yeah, the channel point. Yeah, my channel points are called dice.
Yeah, 9,000 saved up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Me too.
I got 15,000.
Cheater.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
cool.
I hacked
Go
it.
ahead and mute
Yeah,
my.
Oh yeah.
Should hack me some too.
You had all those dice rolls and you still couldn't notice a big ass dragon following you.
Listen,
We're a little blind.
I tried as hard as I wanted to. All right.
Oh my God! Did I try?
It's not his fault I kept turning you into a tree.
It's true.
Yeah.
That was uncomfortable and uncalled for.
I said.
I did love trying to scare her though. That was really fun.
I said,
So I'm singing. Yep.
what's going
What's going on?
And you wake up in the morning and you step outside.
Get the sound out of my head.
Oh, it's time for.
Okay, let's do some. Anyone for Dark Alliance?
You can't find anyone. I have people online
Dark Alliance.
People online? Let's go.
that
and-
aren't doing anything like Dungeons and Dragons. So.
That's fine. That's fine.
Is there anybody talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering style?
Listen here. We're not triggering me right now.
I'm really glad that you waited to fuck with him until after the session was over.
No, because we're about to go to
That's not me
combat,
fucking with
and I
him.
just want you to understand that I'm coming for you in the night.
I mean, that sounds great to me. I don't know. But
I was about to
Jail.
say,
Immediate
darkness
jail.
is in my-
Jail, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Immediate jail!
Immediate.
that's not where I was taking that, but I understand it now.
Darkness, my old friend. You will be alone again.
Yeah, go ahead and give me some names, friends.
I sent you one.
Oh, you did. Oh, thank.
Jeff.
If anyone says they're
Lewis.
not a
Terry.
close person in line, but someone that's rated me, very nice person,
Is it the
blue hair.
yeah?
Let's do it. Just chilling. Awesome. Chill vibes. Alright. Okay, sweet, sweet. Let's do it. All right, this is where we're going.
Oh, there. He's a sweet pea.
All right, go show some love and support.
Raid, guys.
Go to your new home.
Woo!
Go to your
Go
new
to the
home.
raid.
Go. Be gone.
Get out of here.
You
We
should
don't
go
want
for
you
your
here
home.
anymore.
Go home.
Go home.
Nobody
Go to
wants
your
you to fuck
home.
off.
Go home. Go to your home.
Get out of here.
I don't love you anymore.
Whoa.
And they're gone.
You gotta white fang him, okay?
Oh, dang it. The raid message.
You know, this fight coming up is going to be an interesting one.
I am so
We have
fucking
30
lost.